Hello, 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 mama friends. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Mama Work It podcast. I am so glad you're here. My name is Marissa Lonick. I am your host. I'm the founder of Mama Work It, where we help working moms thrive and balance work life, mom life, wife life, fill in the blank life. I'm so excited to introduce you to our guest today. Her name is Katya Dmitrieva. She is an intuitive life coach and the founder of the Intuitive Life Coaching Academy, also known as ILCATE. She's an ICF professional certified coach, PCC, with 13 years of experience, having helped over 1,000 clients, from entrepreneurs to doctors and lots of folks in between. The idea to teach intuitive skills in coaching came to Katya during a meetup in September 2020. She subsequently created an ICF accredited program, giving birth to ILCATE. Currently, ILCATE is accepting applications for their 11th group, which is set to begin very soon in November 2024. At Katya's Intuitive Life Coaching Academy, coaches learn to be holistic, authentic entrepreneurs rather than mere service providers. Katya's life and work revolve around transforming challenges into opportunities, intuition into action, and dreams into reality. Katya is also a dear friend, and I am a graduate of ILCATE and a strong believer in the magnitude of intuition. So I am just so honored to have you on the show today, Katya. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting.
All right. Well, I love to just get started. I know you, but our listeners may not know you. So tell us a little bit more about your story, what led you to become an expert in the field of intuition.
I have been intuitive my whole life, like many people are. Uh, uh, every person has intuitive side. Maybe they don't know it yet, but what uh, I always had my trust in my intuition. Somehow, don't ask me, I was born this way. I always trusted my intuition, and really, I followed my intuition on in main things in my life, right? Making a decision whether my family wanted me to become a musician, and they really pushed me, and it was not happening for me, and I was scared to say no. But then I was able to connect with my intuition and come out of the that I had to run away into the woods and do this intuitive like meditation, and understand that no, I'm not doing it. Came out of that closet and said no, I'm not doing it, even though it was really scary. And like all big decisions in life, I made with the help of intuition. So I'm just realizing it. Like, thank you for helping me realize that. Actually, yes, that's true. All big decisions were not made on like logics or on mainstream things, right? Of what society is telling you what you need to do, but was really dictated by my intuition.
How old were you when you made that choice about the musician versus not?
14.
Okay, 14. And you already had this understanding that connecting with your intuition required you, because you said you ran into the woods, and I'm assuming that's actually true. So, like, you needed to be in nature, you needed to be quiet in a meditative space. How did you know at 14 that was something that you needed in order to connect with your intuition?
That's a great question. You know how I will answer that? Our bodies, and the first big step connecting with your intuition is through your body. And our bodies are so intelligent and smarter and more intelligent than we are. And it's only if we listen to it. Like, think about it. When you are experiencing big pain, your body, or like when you're giving birth, your body is telling you what to do, right? Like when I was giving birth to my daughter, my body wanted to squat, wanted to, like, and unfortunately I was in the hospital. They held me down, but your body is so intelligent. When I had some pains in my body as associated with other things, my body went to a hot shower. I didn't know what to do. My body knew what to do. And I followed my body. I followed my intuition. I think it was the same thing. It was like a knee jerk reaction in a way. And I just ran into the woods. I just sat there, connected with the nature, hugged the tree, and was able at even at 14 to be able to understand what is important for me, what is not me, and what I should do.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. I think that's really important. And I think we forget what a tremendous resource our body really is because we do get stuck in the mind. I know that's my natural place to lean into. And I've had to do a lot of work to become a more holistic person in that way. So, just big question here, but like, besides making big decisions, and that's a huge factor of why we should be leaning into intuition, but why is it so important in general?
It is very important if you want to really connect with yourself. If you want, intuition is authenticity. Intuition means connecting with oneself, knowing who you are. And why is it important to know who you are? To have a fulfilled life, to have a life of purpose and passion, which is more than just a basic foundational life, right? We as humans, we strive for more. We strive for making a difference. We want to do something bigger. We want to help people. It's natural to us. And intuition, connection with oneself, with your authenticity, will help you to connect with that, and then take steps towards your dreams, life you really want to have.
Yeah, that's so important. We get so caught up in the day to day grind of just the things, the to do list and the things we have to get done and running from this and running from that and kind of just, even filling little pockets of free time with just noise, essentially, that I think it's really hard for a lot of people to even remember how to connect with their intuition. So I'm curious, how can you connect, strengthen your intuition, make it more of a resource that you feel confident tapping into versus like this thing over there that I know exists. I know I have it, but like I'm not so sure about it. I'm not so sure what it's telling me or if it's true and things like that.
Yeah, what you just mentioned is like inconsistency, because when you don't know the foundation of intuition, how your intuition comes, where does it reside in your body, it will be always like hit or miss, right? It will never be consistent. It's very important to know your intuitive calling card, how your intuition shows up in your body, and consistently, understanding the signs and signals of your intuition, and knowing that, right now. And it's called, for a lot of people, they call it gut feeling. But I will avoid saying gut feeling because it's very generalized. Every person has a unique intuitive calling card. And if we call it gut feeling, for someone it's a gut feeling, for someone it's a tagging in their lower backs, for someone it's a feeling of expansion in their heart, for someone it's like a pressure against your third eye. It could be very different things, unique to each individual. So I would stay away from calling it a gut feeling. I would call it like, know your intuitive calling card. And the first step to get to know your intuitive calling card is to understand your own energy. How does my energy feels like? How does it feel to be me? And you can do it through meditation, through actually like checking in with your energy, understanding where do I keep my feelings, where do I, how all my aches and pains feel, like how is my, like something similar to a scent, right? Like each person has a scent. You know a scent of your mother, right? You know a scent of your child. Oh, they smell so good, and until they they reach puberty, then it changes, as we know. Yeah, so it's like it's your own intuitive scent. How does it feel to be you? And you will start from there. Then you can understand what's your own energy feels like. Then you will understand what the higher vibrational energies feel like. And so, but start with yourself.
And when you say that, it's kind of like checking in with where you are sort of at homeostasis right now, right? But I think in different seasons, we're at different homeostasis. Like we're not always in a really good place to connect with that intuition. Sometimes we're really stressed or burnt out or really exhausted. And that I think can be a barrier in even seeing, feeling, understanding that clarity of what that intuitive calling card looks like. So, how do we get there so we can actually like clear the fog and understand what that card is? And two-part question here. Can that calling card change for you over your lifetime?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll start with the second part. Yes, it may change. More you develop, the stronger senses, the stronger your intuition will be. It will change. But it's a good question. If you are stressed, if you are very disconnected, you need to connect. You need to start with intention, with a desire, with understanding that, okay, I have no idea how maybe, or I don't know what is my intuitive calling card, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to change something in my life. It usually happens during the periods of awakening. Midlife awakening is a good one, or like you maybe reached some successes in life, but you also know that something is missing. Something important is missing. Maybe life purpose is missing. Maybe like fulfillment is missing. Maybe something bigger than you is missing in your life. That's a great time to really like, okay, look for a great community, start meditations. There are so many great meditations just free on YouTube. Important thing for the meditation, find a meditation that resonates with you. Even if someone sent you a meditation and said, Katya, it's an amazing meditation, you're listening to it, like, it's not connecting, put it aside. It has to be, because it means it's a wrong vibration for you, voice, or like whatever they say. So it has to resonate with you. Start with meditation, start with joining meetups and maybe groups of people who meditate and do guided meditation when someone guides you through that process.
Hmm. Okay, that's great advice. Love it. So I'm curious, can you share with us what are some examples, like real life examples? You shared that story with us about when you were 14 and you just knew that going the route of becoming a musician was not for you and you really leaned into your intuition. What are some other seasons or decisions you had to make where your intuition really supported you in your life? Or maybe if you want to share like success stories of clients you've worked with or things like that, where their intuition was really the guiding force.
Absolutely, like me choosing my current passion and purpose in life, helping other people. My purpose is to heal the healers, and that was driven by my intuition. I was trying to find myself and was going through a difficult period in my life, very difficult, and was opening myself to spirituality, meditation, and in one of my meditation, I basically asked my intuition, however you want to call it, spirit guides, intuition, whatever your beliefs are, prayer, God. uh, I asked a very clear question: how can I combine my love for helping people, my love for people? Like, I care about people. I always cared about people. I was born like that. So, with my intuition, with my intuitive gifts and abilities. And I received a clear answer: check out life coaching. That was amazing. Sometimes I tell this story and it can sound really like, but I've heard that. And the confirmation of that I got next day when my friend called me and said, and it was 13 years ago. She said, remember so on and so on, someone we worked with, she just graduated from life coaching program. I was like, what? How random! 13 years ago, life coaching program. She was
Right.
our accounting person. I was like, what? And from that moment, when you're on the right path and when you're listening to your intuition will give you more hints and will put you more on the path and will show you the way.
I couldn't agree more. I think when the key there is when you're listening, when you're open to seeing the signs. Because when you have that mindset in place and that openness and that willingness to not have full control over all the things, all of a sudden it's like clear as day. The signs just keep coming. And for me, at least, I know, because I can be stubborn, I think they don't just come once, they come several times, like over and over again in different ways, like almost like beating me over the head to let me know what's up.
Yes, 100%. You mentioned a good point, that once you open yourself up to your intuitive gifts, the door will not close. And if you not listen, it will beat you up really badly.
They keep
Get
knocking. They
ready.
keep knocking harder and
Oh
harder.
yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have like funny, but maybe a not very funny story of that. When I had to like stop in my life. There was something I had to stop doing, and my intuition was telling me about that. I ignored that. I ignored that. I was like, no, it's not happening. No, happening. No. And then what started happening in my life that one red light violation, second red light violation. I mean, like me and red light violations, and like things like never happened to me before. And universe started to showing me in some very uh, drastic way, very unpleasant, a lot of money, very unpleasant situation dealing with police and, and everything else. Yeah. So because I needed to stop and I didn't listen.
You needed to stop at those red lights, Katya.
I needed to stop at those red lights. I know. Now I'm the best, the perfect driver. Like I still have that PTSD from years ago, and I'm like I'm the best driving person you can ever meet.
There you go. It taught you a big lesson. All right. Well, I know we could talk about intuition all day. I mean, I took your program. You have a lot of knowledge on this. So I'm going to have to cut this conversation for now because I do want to get into some random and just fun type questions. But then before we wrap up, please do tell our listeners all about ILCATE and where they can find you. So before we go there, I am curious. I've known you for a while now, but what is your guilty pleasure TV show?
My favorite guilty pleasure TV show years ago, Dexter.
Yeah, I
I
haven't seen it,
loved
but
it.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard about it.
I loved it. That was my favorite show of all times. And also, I loved the show 6 Feet Under.
Hmm. Hmm.
See, it's interesting. Serial killer, mortuary, like interesting, huh? Okay. I promise I'm not a serial killer.
It's okay. It's a guilty pleasure. It's a fun show to watch. I get it.
Okay.
What if you could go on vacation anywhere in the world tomorrow? Where would it be and why?
I want to go to Italy and travel. I went to several places in Italy and loved it so much, but I would like to really travel Italy and take a car, rent a car, and just drive through Italy and stay in this small, beautiful, amazing villages and maybe even not necessarily go to Rome, but go to the other places where are not so touristy and enjoy
Hmm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet you could really connect with your intuition there.
Oh
Just
yeah.
finding like some remote villages and things like that. Hmm. All right, Katya, what's your cocktail of choice?
Oh, it's the best. I'm obsessed. It is oyster shooter. And
Tell in true coaching format, tell me more.
There are two options. Like one oyster shoot I get in a Japanese restaurant near my office. It's sake, oyster, ponzu sauce, sriracha, and some like the tapioca, it's like a caviar, like red caviar, small caviar thing.
Hmm.
I forgot the name of it. It's the best.
Yeah. All right. This is the first time I've ever heard of this drink, so this is really
We should
interesting.
try
Okay.
it next time you're in Bay Area. We will go
Yes.
and try
Well,
it.
cheers. Well, cheers, oyster shooters. Okay. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Now, your intuition's already quite a superpower, but what would you choose besides that?
I would probably want to travel back in time and change some things. I'm sure I could maybe do more damage. I don't know. But there are things like when something horrible happens, it's always on my mind. What if I knew that? Or what if I could do that? And it started with the death of my brother. And I think it's a very, I would like to maybe able to change some things in the past to save some people, to stop some horrible things happening.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And finally, what is something most people may not know about you?
If they don't know about me, maybe I should keep it.
Maybe you should keep it that way.
Yeah, like you know,
You can plead the fifth. It's okay.
like what they don't know about me. Maybe they don't know that I was a free flow dancer when I was little and was big into theater and dancing. It was like my passion, and always improvisation in dancing, and so that was something that I don't talk about a lot, probably.
Nice. Well, you just have that creative background, music and dance and theater. There we go. You need to put on a production next. That's your next passion.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Well, please tell our listeners where they can find you, connect with you, learn more about Intuitive Life Coaching Academy.
Yeah, I think I'm like everywhere a lot. So bear with me. I'm on Facebook and I will provide some links. And you can find more information about intuitive life coaching through alcate.com. And yeah,
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming, Katya, and sharing all your intuitive gifts and wisdom with us.
thank you very much for having me.